St Kilda. It is slippery in the middle. First clear possession goes St Kilda's way. Del Santo to Baker. Kicks it to half forward. Revolt. Henschel fists away. Peckett's there for the Saints, the veteran. Throws it onto the boot inside 50. Ball in dispute. Rutten put his body on the line. Did well. Knocked it forward. Hamill's in there. Besieged by about 4 Crows. It's a hot football. McTagna throws it out almost. Rutten plays a bit of volleyball to Hart. And Hart will clear. And only as far as Peckett, but he can't take the mark. We'll have a throw in.
A couple of terrific defensive spoils by Rutten and Henschel in the first minute of this game. And Peckett playing on the wing on Brett Burton.
Burton careful not to get into Peckett's back. Typical tough defence from Adelaide. Under pressure early. Good start from Henschel with a decisive spoil. Shirley levers out the kick, but again, St Kilda build. Baker for the second time puts them into the 50. And it's Hamill's ball. Bassett, the 150 gamer tonight, starts badly. And Hamill, whose goal kicking has been very good this year, decides against it and does well, although I'm not sure that Harvey is quite as reliable around goal as Aaron Hamill.
Oh, just terrible checking by the Adelaide Crows, because Hamill had 2 players that he could put the ball to, and Bassett just putting the arms around. Free kick, no doubt.
The veteran. And he's done it! And the Saints are away.
And there's Bassett holding on, wrapping up Hamill. He took the mark anyway, but this was where the Crows let themselves down. There were 2 players there that couldn't receive that short pass, so not a good start for Adelaide.
Saints draw first blood. Goal to Harvey. We start in the middle. Bigland's the tap. He'll get another crack at it. Gives it to Thompson. He's been a star this year. Puts it to the 50. Perry couldn't trap it. Raph Clark. He mops up. Got the little dangerous handle at the Fisher. He's gang tackled. A powerful bounce.
Thank you. Thanks.
I doubt we'll see a bounce all night here at Amy. The umpires will throw it up all night. Very slippery conditions. Biglands flew high. Tapped it to the 50. Hayes on hands and knees. Fed it out to Harvey. Kicks into the middle, and it's a good one too as he finds Montagna. Over to Del Santo. The Saints build to half forward. Revolt's found some space and takes the mark.
Ben Hart getting back in front of Fraser Gehrig.
Saints have started with a lot of authority. Rutten couldn't be playing Gehrig any closer. Bassett chops it off.
And that's what Bassett will do, Tim. He's got plenty of courage, reads the play well, and he'll get back to help out on against Gehrig, as will Ben Hart.
Had a short and a long option, went for the former. Burton goes for Edwards. Out in front of Baker. And now Adelaide's turn.
Don't ham it up, Brian.
It's a long lead from Welsh. Takes him a long way from goal. They all got out to the 50. There was nothing to go to initially. McGregor drops a sitter. McLeod's up in the front half. It won't come out of there. And umpire Sean Ryan will step in, officiating with Steve McBurney and Michael Vozzo. Well, that should have set up a comfortable shot.
Perry the tap, shark by Baker. Throws it onto the left boot to the wing. Saints have 3-on-1 here, but Revolt did well to create the contest. Goodwin. Can't quite weave his way through. Hart has a fresh airing. Quick kick by Powell. He'll love these conditions. To half forward, Revolt can't mark. Hamill wrestles with Bassett. Bassett over the football. Hamill, like the terror he is, gets it out, but the handballs are straight. Shirley can't control it. Harvey does. Now ball. Little sidestep, tackled well. Adelaide win the ball back. Quick kick by Henschel to the wing. McGregor underneath it. Front and centre. Skipworth to McLeod. Looking for Perry. He can't take the mark. He'll have another crack at it. Baker bumps him. Coming in is Aussie Jones. Oh, it's frenetic stuff here at Amy Stadium.
Fisher hesitated for a moment, but was cool. St Kilda's ball. this for just his apparel. Saints have started well, quelled the crowd early. They've dictated turns. Montagna, very good last week against Brisbane. Delicate little kick, not good. John Cock, blazed, not terribly effectively. Fisher again, good smother by Thompson, big ricochet. Welsh needed to prize it away, but Boss held him up. And Aussie Jones arrives to finish the job.
And Brett Boss playing at full-back on Welsh. Sam Fisher in the back pocket on Perry, and Ferguson on McGregor.
Talk about ricochet. Here he is, Thompson, he's okay. As he has a shot at goal, it's a good effort, it's across the face. Ball's still alive. McGregor! He's done it! What a snap!
For McGregor's opponent, Ferguson's gone to ground, and in these conditions you just have to keep your feet. The tendency is to slip over because it's so wet, but you cannot do it. You've got to keep on your feet. Ferguson going to ground enabled McGregor to have the time and the space to turn around and get the first goal on the board.
He just about threaded it between Matthew Ferguson's fingers and then between the big sticks. And it's all even. Big height advantage there to McGregor. Biglands has dominated so far, and again he has first hand on the ball. He's won every one. And it's a free kick to Thompson, who has John Cock running off Milne. And that will be the order of the night. He can be a fine attacker, John Cock, as well as a staunch defender. Perry, a wonderful effort low down. And it is the pocket that favours the left footer.
Well, the three Adelaide big forwards, Perry, McGregor and Welsh, have all started well. And that's the worry for the Saints, an inexperienced defence. When you consider that Hodgson's missing, Maguire's missing, they've got Ferguson, they've got Fisher. Not many games between them.
Sam. There you have.
Across the face. No immediate score. In fact, it's touched the post, so a throw in. It's extraordinary that Adelaide, with the limited forwards they have kept on kicking winning scores. And tonight, well, they've had to throw Henschel back, and he's been a goal scorer for them this year, and there's no Rasciuto, who's kicked 20 goals for the year. Welsh, their leading goal scorer with 51. McLeod buried. They've done all right, though. Shirley, Skipworth. How will it land? There'll be plenty under it. Fisher now, pressure on him. Did well. Perry will come at him hard. Fisher did very well. McLeod predictably went deliberately out. I don't think he had a whole range of options there on his wrong foot.
Yeah, good call from the umps. What you could do there.
And at the back of this throw-in, Andrew McLeod is hovering. His opponent is Stephen Baker, the best lockdown man in the AFL.
It's against Aussie Jones.
Yeah, okay, but you've got to keep your eyes on the ball.
I was watching that one, Jones smothered Hayden Skipworth, having no opportunity to go for the ball. And the umpire's given the free kick exactly 50 metres out at a 45-degree angle. Hayden Skipworth.
And at the 9-minute mark, the first ruck change for the Adelaide Crows. Biglands comes off. Matthew Clark, the veteran, comes on.
He's kicked 12 goals, 11 this season, Hayden Skipworth. Crowd hushes as he comes in and he misses badly. That's out on the full.
Yours, Brett, yours, Brett.
Top right of screen, you can see Aussie Jones eyes only for his opponent.
Thank you.
And that's the giveaway. Aussie not looking at the football. The umpires will be red hot on this.
Boss to Powell, pushed off his kick. And Adelaide are dangerous again. Clark's on. Goodwin, Hart. Cool as ever, the veteran. For another classy, seasoned customer. Tyson Edwards, good placement. Perry, the man. Couldn't hang on. Baker, who has McLeod, just bangs it. First man there will be Shirley. And it'll be Adelaide to build pressure on St Kilda's defence again, or will it? Good effort by Luke Ball. Hamill working beyond the centre. Harvey, been there, done that. And that's a good delivery for Revolt.
Second mark, Revolt's taken out wide on the wing. That will not worry the Crows too much.
A wonderful smother from Luke Ball to half forward, looking for the G train. And Rutten sees the ball and
just a low percentage kick.
over the line.
Low percentage kick to put it there, because it's so easy for the defender. All he's got to do is get a fist on it, puts it out of bounds. And I just think when they get the chance to go forward, the Saints, they've got to put it in the middle corridor.
Ackland against Clark. Burton had a fresh airing. Be plenty of that tonight. John Cock rides the Peckett bump, keeps it alive, kicks the half forward. Ferguson against McGregor, coming in as Voss. As Mark Rasciuto looks on in the Adelaide Crows box with the coaching staff.
Voss looks a pretty good matchup for Adelaide's most productive forward, Welsh, Rob.
He's a good player, Brett Voss, and he's a nice size. He can play key position. Ideally, you play him in the back pocket, but he can do the job.
It's Kane Ackland, your free kick.
Looks like the umpires are going to be red hot on shepherding, and that's against Matthew Clark for shepherding in the ruck contest.
So Ackland's got the kick at half back. There's the arm over the neck and the shoulder region.
Let's go, Kane.
Called to play on. His target is again Revolt, but Adelaide get numbers back. Goodwin takes the mark to John Cock. Just kicks in the nick of time. Kicks to a St Kilda huddle, and Ackland takes the juggler.
Doesn't take too many, did well then. Big job for him tonight. Jones running for him. And he has a target now in Milne, a long way from goal. Perry kept his feet. Good effort by the bigger man. And running inside for him is Riley. Adelaide dangerous here. McGregor loose, and he's got it. Good play, and you called it, Tim.
Perry in the contest with Milne was able to keep his feet, and they've got to be strong in the mind in conditions like this.
Milne off, Guerra on.
And there they are. The little fella goes to ground, and it just gives the big fella a chance to get it, handball it, and they have got time to put the ball to advantage as they go forward. Nice one grab mark by McGregor.
He's already kicked one from this pocket, a left foot snap. I'd imagine he'll decide that he's hot on the non-preferred side. Kickable, there is daylight. And he finds it. Two goals to McGregor.
Matthew Ferguson, who's filling in at centre-half back in the place of Maguire. That's 2 goals to his opponent in this first quarter.
St Kilda got the first goal. The Crows have kicked the last couple. They lead by 6 points. Ball's in there for the Saints. Bottom of the pack, I think it's Matner. Oh, he's been pinged for over the ball.
Get back in. Let go.
So free kick going St Kilda's way.
Lenny Hayes kick.
Lenny Hayes has got it. Waste no time. Finds Montagna. Into the pocket to Gehrig. Little soccer off the ground, only as far as Bassett. Oh, what's he going to do with it? Oh, it's a brave kick. It's a very brave kick. It's intercepted by Peckett. Oh, he's kicked it around the mark. He was in 2 lines and he's knocked it. Now Burton, a golden opportunity, goes begging for the Saints. Oh, they'll hold it up here. Burton, Shirley, fed it out to Ball. Kicks back to Revolt. He can't take the mark. Burton kicks along the line. Oh, amazing stuff.
And Peckett, he did hesitate. The interception was fantastic. And you can see coming down towards the goals. Easy mark, should have kicked it there. Hesitated, will I handball it? And Bassett has to be commended for putting a bit of doubt in the mind of Peckett.
Goals will be hard to kick tonight for St Kilda. They've got to make the most of opportunities like that. Goodwin goes to space. Welsh will lead the race. Voss not far behind. Good bounce for Welsh. Did well. Jones, though. Now McGregor. And Adelaide keep pressing, but Voss stands in their path. 2 goals to 1. Wayward kick. Perry might steal it. Hayes with him, will be hard to beat. Again, Perry keeps his feet. But so does Peckett. Sloppy hand pass. Fisher. And not a great kick for Hamill. Bassett pretty comfortably.
So one thing I've noticed so far, Robert, Tim's called it on 3 or 4 occasions. The Saints are losing their feet a lot more than the Crows are.
Yeah, and they're getting smashed in the ruck contest. They hit out 7-0 in the Crows' favour.
Adelaide go inside 50. Thompson against Baker. Little soccer by Thompson keeps the footy alive. Voss doesn't panic. Got it over to Fisher. Now Blake has got Ferguson in support. Decides to go to Harvey. Aussie Jones kicks to half forward. Good use of the body by Hart. Just couldn't quite hang on to it. Handball's gone to Matner, who got it to Johncock. Kicks to the wing, McLeod.
She did well to protect the ball with an early jump.
And that is a magnificent left foot delivery. Perfect for Skipworth.
And another mark inside 50 to the Adelaide Crows. Mark so important in these slippery conditions. That was a good mark by Andrew McLeod. He just arched the back, kept Del Santo away from getting a fist on it, and then of course able to play on left side, right side, doesn't matter, and find a teammate in that forward pocket.
Skipworth's second look at them already. Didn't score with the first shot. Goal here would give Adelaide a nice break. They're controlling play at the moment. Not close. It's still dangerous. Voss the double fister. Welsh trying to keep it alive. Powell does. And now a throw in. Adelaide look good at the moment.
Adelaide forward line, Tim, working really hard to keep the ball locked in and just making it very hard for the Saints to rebound.
Hope Fraser doesn't see that sign. Another chance for Skipworth. He's bowled over. Saints have the numbers deep in defence. Fisher to Jones. It's got to be perfect here with the kick. Well, it is. Del Santo. Short one, not 15, said the umpire, so Ferguson's got to go. And he does. But straight to an Adelaide player and Bassett. He's doing well in this first quarter. To Burton. Measures the kick beautifully. And McGregor is having a field day.
4 uncontested marks in their forward 50. And that would be a real worry for Grant Thomas.
Well, this man is doing some damage. Ken McGregor. 3 disposals. Couple of marks, he's kicked 2 goals. One a wonderful snap. Bassett's doing well down the other end.
Yeah, Bassett playing on Aaron Hamill and Burton, who plays as a defensive winger with Matner. Both of them push back to help out the Adelaide defence.
Kicked 22 goals, 16 this year at 58%. Had another couple of goals to that already tonight. This is a tough shot, but it's gettable. He's made a great fist on it. He is on target tonight. Another big goal by Ken McGregor. Well, Rob, do we make a move?
I think he might have to make a move now. Goals are going to be hard to come by, and 3 straight to Ken McGregor. And Ferguson, his opponent, okay, he's inexperienced, but they might just have to jiggle it around a little bit, and perhaps the Voss has to come out. In fact, Fisher has moved on to McGregor, and Ferguson has gone on to Perry.
Clark wins. They are dominating the centre contest. They've had the last 6 entries to the 50. The courageous Edwards. But St.Kilda take the footy away. Not for long. Baker's kick straight to his opponent, McLeod. And the pressure grows on the Saints. Into the hot spot. McGregor is there. Oh, Voss got a very timely hand onto that. Well, we talked up Adelaide's miserliness before the game. It's the canny Scott who's kicking their goals.
And what about that bit of ruck work from Matthew Clark?
As Clark is in for Hudson, who's had a knee reconstruction. Terrible luck for one player, and it's great luck for another. St Kilda work it to half forward, but they're breaking down. John Cox also been prominent early. This is his 6th disposal. Put it out in the direction of Clark. Wilt's on for St Kilda, who is the inclusion from Maguire.
Timed his run well, made his debut last week. He's a late inclusion this week.
He's quite a big boy too, isn't he, Rob? Looking at him on the boundary line.
He is solid legs. I like the size of him. I think he'll be all right.
Powell fed it out. Guerra, who should revel in these conditions. His soccer off the ground has gone on the full. So Bassett with the free. Playing game number 150 tonight. Kicks to Biglands. Blake did well to spoil. Back of the pack is Jones. Finds some space. Decides to go long. Bassett. The double fist. The chase is on its heart and revolt. Clark comes into the picture. So does Massey. Well played hard.
That is experience.
The old timer.
It is experience at its best in these conditions. He gained 60 metres for his team. He never touched the footy. He sockered it twice. And what about the effort of Nathan Bassett, the double-handed fist? And again, Biglands coming on to replace Matthew Clark in the ruck.
Game number 296 for Ben Hart, the 4-time All-Australian.
Doing short stints, Biglands and Clark. Quick rotations. Harvey in and under, but Skipworth comes away with the footy. Perry. Baker now, good pick up, but didn't hold on to it. Goodwin trying to tie it up. Powell. Clark giving it off to Blake. Quick kick, good kick. The veteran, Andrew Thompson. He's hoping for Hamill, and he might get him. Bassett playing him tight. And it might have come out on the floor, Harvey. No, it hasn't.
Holding! Your kick!
Good kick to Bassett. Is he holding?
It's hard to work
That was
out.
after that incident, I think, Rob.
After that, okay, well, there's nothing there. This is an interesting matchup. You've got two stars on each other, the older McLeod and the young Del Santo.
McLeod, perfect kick to the wing. Biglands got support in Hart, who dishes off to Rutten. Rutten looks for Perry, perfect pass. He wheels around on the left. He kicks in the direction of Welsh. Clark just got a hand on it to spoil. Massey to Edwards, usually uses it well. And I tell you what, this man is cutting St Kilda to pieces.
Settle down, he needs to settle down.
McGregor decides to go to Welsh.
Bad option.
Should have had a shot, Rob.
Well, he's kicked 3 goals straight. He will kick from 45 metres out. You have a responsibility to your team when you're playing as well as that to put it through.
Thanks, Scott.
Yep, there's the infringement
Yeah,
a little
well,
while ago.
gee, I reckon there was as much given as taken.
Reprieve for St Kilda there. McGregor might well have kicked his 4th. Voss goes for not much, and Perry comfortably outmarks Ferguson. Adelaide right on top. Hart. They are putting it together wonderfully down the back. Scott Thompson, McLeod, gliding, loading, thumping. McGregor with 2 to beat. Adelaide applying enormous pressure. 6 scoring shots to 1. And St Kilda's 1 was the first of the night.
Well, Ferguson's just got to tighten up. I mean, Perry's moved on to Perry, and he's starting to get a couple of touches. I know it's a big ask for a young man. He's playing just his 8th game of football.
Well, the last thing that Grant Thomas wants to do is to put Jason Blake back as a defender, because Blake is sharing the ruck work with Ackland, but he may have to go with Ackland solely in the ruck and Blake to go as a key defender.
Heckett to Clark. To the wing. Thompson takes the mark. Kicks in the direction of Revolt. Works his way to the front. Harvey. Biglan's great little give to Goodwin. Crows away again. Kicks into space. Peckett will get there first. There's a whistle on play here. It's a free kick going back.
Got rid of that free kick, Adelaide. I'll relay it down here to Hayden Skipworth. Took in the ground after he disposed of it. No advantage there.
Thanks, umpire McBurney.
And he's a good
Explained
umpire.
it beautifully.
Yes, well done. The interesting thing for the Crows, their three highest possession getters are Bassett, who's had 7 disposals and about 5 fists, so he's been fantastic. And that man in picture there, Ben Hart, he's been playing pretty much as a sweeper role across half-back, working hard to get back to cover Riewoldt to help Henschel.
Just over a minute left. Biglan's couldn't hang on. Harvey and Baker. Gee, the Saints could do with a goal here. Not going to get it. Good tackle by Scott Thompson. And the Crows might steal it.
Out of bounds, blown out of bounds before he'd had reasonable time.
So just under a minute. If St Kilda could pull one back, they could go to quarter time pretty happy with what's on the board. But thus far, Adelaide have been well on top. Blake and Biglan's.
Not going anywhere.
There's no Rashudo, but it hasn't bothered the Adelaide midfield.
And there's a shot of Guerra. Guerra and Milne are sharing that forward pocket position. Between them, they've had 1 disposal for the quarter.
Blake squeezing it to Hayes, and the Saints have a shot at it now. Here's Riewoldt with Henschel and Hart. What a great lieutenant he is. Oh, he is wonderful. John Cock there. Pressure.
Throw in.
Guys, St Kilda too Riewoldt conscious in this setup.
I think they are. Yeah, they've gone to him repeatedly out wide, and what's happening, Ben Hart, because they're doing that, Ben Hart is getting off his opponent by 30 and 40 metres to cover Riewoldt, so it's a 2-on-1 situation.
Beautifully done by Big Rep Biglan's out of the ruck. Blake got nicely nudged out of the contest. Peckett. Thompson at the bottom of it. Well, that's a high tackle. But that'll be quarter time. Saints won't be able to score from here. And the Adelaide Crows, 15 points in the preliminary final. I beg your pardon, in the qualifying final. 15 points is the margin, 21-6. The winner tonight going through to the preliminary final, Rob.
In their last 9, the one setback, a 5-point loss in Perth. They're both in peak form, if slightly undermanned. Ackland wins and gives Montagna use of the ball. Now, can St Kilda find something up forward? Hamill, so often the spark. Thompson, bad fumble by Milne. And Hart allows no second chances. He never does. He just blazes. Now, Ackland with Matner and Edwards as a second line for Adelaide. Goodwin lost the footy, got it back. Matner again on his preferred side. And Adelaide build once more. Not for long. Fisher. Peckett. St Kilda hold for a moment. But Burton leads the race. And Adelaide threaten again. Maybe he had too much time. Del Santo and Riley and... dangerous. Skipworth. Where will this bounce? McGregor again. Welsh now applying pressure, but St Kilda with numbers. Voss to Jones, and they're off the hook.
And here's a break now for the Saints. They can use this. They've got an opportunity. Montagna, a long ball once again to Riewoldt. Henschel just picks him off. McLeod, the crumbs, couldn't control it. Quick hands by Powell to Riewoldt. He couldn't control it either. Montagna has another crack. Socked by, almost in mid-air by Edwards, inside Adelaide's 50. They've taken the Marcus Peckett, who I've got to say is playing a terrific game for the Saints. Del Santo's been quiet by his standards. This is his 5th disposal coming up. Got Harvey on short. Not sure what to do with it. They look indecisive, the Saints. And he's kicked to a 2-on-1 contest. They're just picking off Riewoldt.
Yeah, again 2-on-1. Matthew Clark getting back to help out.
Burton short to McGregor. And they've got to try something different, the Saints. Otherwise, this game is going to get away from them. Edwards to Burton. To half forward. It's a free kick, surely to Adelaide. Yes. They're just playing the smarter football at the moment. Skipworth. Waste no time. Welsh takes a hanger.
What a mark. He set himself. St Kilda player dropping back. There's the free kick to Skipworth. No need for the extra push and shove there by Aussie Jones. And Welsh just shrugs his opponent, Brett Voss, out of the way and takes a screamer over Raph Clark.
He's kicked well for goal this year. He's at 70%, 51-22. And there you go, I've lost another one.
Yeah, but the bad signs for the Saints is that it's another mark inside the forward 50 area. And they have doubled. Now what Grant Thomas has done is put Andrew Thompson into his forward line as a defender, more or less, on Ben Hart, because Ben Hart just had the ball at will in that first term.
Clark forced to go short, so short that it's not adjudged a legal kick or a legal mark. Now Del Santo, filled with uncertainty earlier. This is more positive. Revolt and Henschel wins again. Clark, good pressure from St Kilda. Powell to Thompson to Harvey. A trio of veterans. Where's Gehrig? He's led to the ball by Rutten, and Revolt has numbers stacked against him. Hart, Burton, Adelaide doing it fluently. An error though gives Hamill, Thompson, Hayes and Del Santo a chance. Can Revolt get to the drop? He is labouring after the ball.
Gee, Ben Rutten is just so desperate. Have a look at Gehrig. Uses his strength, but he's not able to push Ben Rutten out of the way. A close-up on Ben Rutten's legs, and you won't have seen bigger thighs than that for a long time. He just can't be shifted, Ben Rutten, as strong as Gehrig is.
Nice kick by John Cock. Finds Shirley. Back to John Cock. Puts McLeod under the hammer, but John Cock did it well. Smart footy in these conditions to Shirley, to Mattner, advantage paid. Mattner shows plenty of speed, but his kick lets him down. It's marked by Raph Clark.
So, St Kilda work it around and out of defence again. Jones to Montagna. Out wide for Voss was a good option as he does some running. He just can't get away though. Now Revolt stays closer to goal this time.
Yeah, Matthew Clark back there.
Waves the semaphore and he takes it. And he needed to take it because he's been looking dejected.
And Matthew Clark needed to do better than that. He was 15 metres to the side. You can see number 4, he just can't get there. A little bit of a touch by Revolt on Henschel, able to take it on his chest. This is just his 3rd touch of the footy in the game, and the Saints have played through him at least a dozen times.
3 possessions, all marks. The man on the mark is inside 40 metres. This is the moment where the young captain must stand up.
It's been his worry of late. 4 kicking for goal from set shots.
Rob, the conditions, I know Fraser Gehrig's had a great year, but the conditions just not suiting. Would you consider putting a small on Rutten just to try and throw him a bit?
I said that a quarter time quarters. They've got to mix it up a little bit because the big forwards for St Kilda just aren't doing it.
Well, centre wing.
He had no chance. No, he had no chance. Your arm walked it in immediately. He had no chance.
Clark, nice tap. Direction of Edwards. Shirley's in there. Peckett having a wonderful night. Got it to Harvey, got it to Hayes. Hayes short to Revolt again. And Revolt will have another shot at goal.
Gee, nice composure by Robert Harvey and Lenny Hayes. Just the sidestep. And that's hard for any defender to stop. But gee, Nick Revolt, he just needs to kick this one for the confidence of not just himself, but his teammates and his supporters.
29 goals, 32 this year. Revolt has nailed it. And boy, is that an important goal for the Saints. Well, amazingly, it's only eight points of difference. We're lauding the performance of the Crows so far. The Saints are breaking down, but it is only an 8-point game.
Well, low-scoring match. And even though the Crows have had more of everything, they've only got the 3 goals on the board. And that just gives you an idea of the size of Ben Rutten. Have a look at the hips and the thighs. Strong, can't be pushed aside. Had a ripper season as a fullback.
Just 22 years of age. Test of wills here. It's taken 7 minutes for the first goal, and St Kilda have scored it. A good sign. They're fighting hard. Del Santo and Harvey set them up here, and here's Revolt again, but it's chopped off by Skipworth. McLeod. He goes long. Test for Riley here. He'll have 2 against him, but he'll have the boundary line there in support. So just 8 points in it. St Kilda working their way back. They have had more of it. Luke Ball in the foreground there. Shirley, number 12, his opponent. Ball's had just 2 disposals so far. Great effort by the Adelaide stopper.
Robert Harvey starting to have some impact in this game.
Yeah, Peckett and Harvey are picking up the slack. They've both got 10 disposals. Montagna, couldn't get it. Matner, good handball. Over to Shirley, to half forward. Fisher was the spoiler. Perry, tackled by Jones, too high.
Just got him high. Ozzy, yours in. That's it. Hold it there, Ozzy, hold it.
So Perry's got the Sharon, and he just bangs it long. And he's looking for McGregor. He's got to beat a couple. Clark. Now what can the young man do? He doesn't panic. Got it to Harvey. He's run down. Jones. Caught high. Free kick.
Free kick. Just over the shoulder.
Tip for tap. And there might be 50.
Language towards me.
There is.
Right.
You heard the umpire say abusive language. Abusive language towards me. Now the tackle is hard and aggressive, but it is high. It is a free kick. And Scott Thompson just needs to keep his mouth closed in that situation.
Lapse of discipline from the very tight Crows outfit. St Kilda working their way back. Sounds strange, they've only kicked 1 goal, but they've put themselves in the game. It looked dangerous at quarter time. Goes for Ackland, who had to go the spoil. He's a chance now, though. Voss there, doing well up out of defence. Milne, awkward for him there at that level. Bassett and Hamill. Hamill hounding Bassett, and at least keeping it inside the 50.
And he did the percentage thing, did Bassett, took it to the boundary line. There's Simon Goodwin. And Simon Goodwin has been playing on Harvey and just needs to tighten up.
So chance here for the Saints. Ball to Del Santo, who's got Harvey on short. Lost it, recovered to Powell. Scrubs one inside 50. Milne slipped over. Del Santo. Wonderful ball control. Finds some space. And misses. Hits the behind post. Free kick, Adelaide Crows.
As slick as he was, he just couldn't get onto his preferred left side. But what's happening, St Kilda starting to win the clearances. Got beaten in that first quarter. It's been all St Kilda from the stoppages in the second term.
Thompson, careful placement for Perry. Clark making the spoil, but giving away a free kick. Crows fans saw it, they were up in unison. They didn't see very much. Steve McBurney was in good position, perfectly adjacent. Bassett gives him a great option in the corridor. And Adelaide will be dangerous here. Rutten running from defence, but well mown down by young Gwilt. Thompson to Montagna was good, but he has absolutely nothing in his sights. So he holds it up. Peckett. Gwilt again. Put his mark on it a moment ago. Harvey is doing wonderfully for St Kilda. He's clear here and he goes for Revolt. And the captain is now starting to put himself in the game. The man on the mark is about 49 metres out, maybe 48. That will test Revolt. Even the goal he kicked a little while ago barely carried home from 40 metres.
Well, it's Harvey and Del Santo who picked the Saints up, and Revolt starting to get away from Henschel.
So in the middle stages of the term, a poster. The margin is 7. St Kilda nibbling away.
I'll tell you what, Tim, I mean, looking at Robert Harvey for the last 4 minutes, I can't tell you who his opponent is because no one's near him. No one will take responsibility for Harvey, and that's not good enough by the Crows.
John Cock, good kick again. Finds Bassett.
Try and find that player.
He's intercepted by Harvey. He plays on the ball. Ball kicks the goal. It's a point the difference. What a terrible mistake by the Adelaide defence. So solid all year. The kick from Johncock was perfect. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, it's okay to go for these short passes in the defensive 50. There's one rule, as long as the guy who marks it can play on. Now that is a long way from being safe enough to do that. And just a terrible error by Nathan Bassett. He's gone for McLeod. Just far too risky. You only go for those kicks if the player who you're going for has got enough space around him to mark it and play on, and McLeod wasn't in that situation.
St Kilda's midfield turning the tables in the second term. Goodwin wins this away, but the Saints close, and it is old man River. Robert Harvey doing it all for St Kilda. To another 200-gamer in Peckett. And now Del Santo shrugs off Van Berlo and goes for Milne. Play on as the call. Rutten. Fierce there. Biglands. Now McLeod.
Gee, this is Harvey against two.
Skipworth with him. Harvey will be happy with the boundary.
That's a fantastic result. It was out in space. Two Crows and the veteran. The only worry that Grant Thomas has got is how long does he keep him on?
Exactly how much pressure is he going to have left in the second half.
So he's got to be conscious that Harvey doesn't spend the lot before half-time.
Only halfway through the second quarter. Crows by a point. That's a free kick against Ackland. Sloppy ruck work.
Put your shoulder length on your shoulder. Thanks, guys.
Biglands. Leads provided by Welsh.
Take him down! Take him down!
Thompson, sorry. And
Please, quickly, straight
been
away.
penalised here for dragging
back here.
down Thompson.
Again.
What did you think of that one?
I thought it was Tiggy Touchwood. I didn't think there was much in it.
Hey, Scott!
So Scott Thompson not having a great quarter. As Voss marks at half back.
Easy, guys, come on! Hey, Scott, let him go, Scott!
Kicks to a contest. Back of the pack, it's all Adelaide, and Andrew McLeod snaffles it.
Cruises away, but kicks poorly. Straight to Montagna. Does it confidently. And kicks with penetration here, but to not very much. And Van Berlo outpoints Del Santo.
And that was good play by the youngster. Just a nice little bump. Oh, be careful of putting it inboard after that last one.
And he was at the death. Clears the pack. Jones, first man back for St Kilda. Hayes with him. Fisher calling for it inside. Hayes not so sure that's where he wants to go. Finds a good option. Baker. Montagna again. Again, there's not bad distance in the kick, and Peckett has it for the Saints.
He's been good, Montagna.
Now Gwilt, who has a big left foot kick. Revolt, one out. Well done, though, by Henschel. Milne dangerous. He should nail this, and the Saints are in front.
Long kick by Gwilt. Revolt dropping back to the goal square. And Stephen Milne reading the spoil to perfection.
All of a sudden worries for the Crows coach Neil Craig. Massive change in the last 10 minutes, and Revolt going to full forward made a difference.
Revolt to full forward. Fraser Gehrig out towards centre half forward. Just puts pressure on Henschel. He won't like being so close to goal.
Goodwin puts it back inside 50 for Adelaide. McGregor, who's got all Adelaide's 3 goals. Del Santo's lifted to half forward. Gehrig's got to beat a couple here. Just the conditions don't suit the big man at the moment. McLeod. Long ball to McGregor. Fisher. The spoil throw in.
Playing better all over the ground now, the Saints. And this game has been a reversal so far of what happened when they met at Telstra Dome earlier in the year.
And just looking at these stats, inside 50s, marks, disposals, it's all St Kilda. Huge turnaround. And Robert Harvey, finally, I can tell you who's playing on him. It's Chris Massey, and he's had 9 touches in this term.
Free kick.
Back to him.
Good one to take. Saints by 5 points. Crows goalless in this quarter. Welsh in good position. Great effort by Gwilt with the flight. Thompson to McGregor. 3 first quarter goals. A miss here. The margin 4 points St Kilda's way.
Robert Harvey is in St Kilda's forward line without an opponent. Massey's just run off him.
Jones goes very short to ball.
And finally, Johncock decides he better drop back and pick up the ball magnet.
Come on, Scott, you don't need to do that, mate, okay?
Scott Thompson is having a disastrous quarter.
Got to get him off. You've got to get him off because he's given away free kicks, he's given away 50-metre penalties, and it just seems as if it's got to him, the occasion's got to him. The coach needs to get him off, and in fact he has. Get him off and settle him down.
He's given away 4 free kicks, Rob. That is a hell of a lot in such a short moment of the game, really. Almost 2 quarters gone, but 4 free kicks. That's a huge number for one player. They work the ball to the wing. The mark's taken by Ferguson.
And after a torrid first quarter, that was a good sign from Ferguson. Harvey now. He might kick his second goal. He's done everything in this quarter, and he's done a bit more now.
That's his 10th disposal, and it is criminal that the way that the Crows have let him. Now, he's a champion. Don't worry about that. He's a champion, but anyone can be a champion out there if you haven't got an opponent, and they have not. We've kept our eyes on Robert Harvey for the last 15 minutes, and nobody wants to take responsibility for him, and the coach needs to send someone out there just to sit on him because he's been the one who's swung this game.
Well, if you're saying it, why isn't the coach doing something?
Well, beats me. And there are Robert Harvey's opponents, but he has just run hot in this second quarter.
Right, thanks, guys. Coming straight back, guys.
And guess who's gone on to Harvey now? Andrew McLeod.
Touch, play on touch.
Crows work it forward. Del Santo grits the teeth and spots up Guerra. Half forward flank. He'll swing onto the left. He'll bang it long. Revolt's double teamed again. Got a hand on the ball to knock it to the ground, but there's no crummers. Bassett almost threw it out. Harvey's in there again. Edwards the quick kick. Only as far as Guerra. Couldn't quite control it. Hayes does. 55 from goal. Keeps it alive. Kicks to the hot spot. Revolt double team, triple teamed almost. He's got a free.
Yeah, against you, can you grab the front of his jumper? Stopped him going for the ball.
Well, they're just peppering Nick Revolt, and let's have a look, and that is an excellent call from the umpire. Technical, but it was there.
Yeah, McGregor's got a fistful of Revolt's jumper, and the umpire was in perfect position.
Really don't need to do it, was there?
No,
double team.
There's a bit of frustration creeping in with the Adelaide Crows.
So Nick Revolt, there's no certainty from here. He's got 1-2 tonight. He's only 20 out. And the Saints go further ahead at Amy Stadium. What a turnaround.
Well, the fans here are booing after the replay, but the definition on the scoreboard not as clear as we're seeing here.
31-point turnaround so far, Tim, from quarter time.
Huge effort by the Saints.
And as you can see, Ken McGregor, who kicked 3 goals in the first quarter for the Crows, no longer in the forward line. He's gone on the hot man, and that's Revolt.
Andrew Thompson took it in the face, fought on, and won the free kick. 5 goals to none this quarter. A dramatic reversal. Hayes now forced wide. McLeod and Harvey. And what a quarter Robert Harvey's produced.
And Revolt playing closer to the goals. They've got Henschel just in front of him, so they have gone ultra defensive, the Crows.
When they met at Telstra Dome in round 9, St Kilda dominated the first quarter and then was smashed in the last 3. Tonight, it's happening in reverse.
Well, it's been a 5-goal to none quarter, all St Kilda. And look, it's just amazingly defensive what Neil Craig's doing. He's got one player a metre behind Revolt, another a metre in front of him. It just means that the Crows are short around the ball, and that's one reason why the Saints are gobbling them up.
Here's the champ again to Peckett, who's certainly played a role also. Spun out of trouble, got it to Baker, fed it out to Voss. Voss on the left, he's looking for Revolt again. Got in front, McGregor does the spoiling.
Yeah, again you can see the 2-on-1. Henschel clapping McGregor. But I tell you what,
Harvey's off wrong.
Panic has set in. Oh, Harvey, what a magnificent quarter of football. 17 disposals by the champ.
What an effort.
And that's how you play football. The kids who are watching, see how he came off? He is absolutely exhausted because he spends everything that he's got.
Henschel in the back pocket. Beautifully read by Riley. Doesn't waste any time. Oh, Voss got back but couldn't hang on to it. Welsh. Good tackle Clark, but he stood up. Welsh got the handball to Perry. Through a bit of traffic. Beautiful handball to Burt. Took his eyes off the footy. Still socketed inside 50. Desperation stuff from Van Berlo. But look at the numbers for the Saints. 4-on-1. They're hunting in packs now. Ball. Got it out to Fisher. Little kick to Blake. Good take. Did well. Got it back to Ball. Kicks loose off the side of the boot. That's marked by Bassett. Crows are rattled.
Saints made it a little hard for themselves back there then. And Adelaide can have another go. Just over 3 minutes left. Huge quarter for St Kilda. Not much for Adelaide on the end of that. And Fisher with a double fister. Make sure it's safe.
Well, the ball is half forward flank for the Crows, and that's what they've got in their back line, the 2-on-1 situation. And I don't like that because, okay, you've got an extra man, but the extra man's 2 kicks away. They are just Revolt conscious, overly so.
Bigland's your free kick.
Free kick to Bigland's. So a scoring chance here for Adelaide. Welsh and Perry had lost it. Clark had a good quarter. Voss. Del Santo. Gwilt. And it's St Kilda's defence which has put it together well in this term. Gehrig. And the footy will feel good in his hands. He hasn't had a lot of it. He's had to come a long way from goal to get it.
It's his first touch in 40 minutes, Fraser Gehrig. He won't care. His team's in front. All the focus has gone on to Nick Revolt. So I reckon he might be a decoy, the old G train.
Harvey and Del Santo, 11 disposals each this quarter. Thompson in the middle. Not sure what to do with it. Gave it to Peckett. Who kicks to the wing now. Clark's loose here. He can use it. He's got Jones in support. He'll come and shepherd. If Clark can pick it up, that is. It's on the full anyway. But Adelaide had quite a bit of time here just to get some numbers back.
Yeah, instead of 2 on Revolt, there's 3 on him now with Bigland's back there.
Jones made nice position. Got over to Thompson. He'll soccer off the ground. Revolt's there again. What a pickup. He's harassed by McGregor. Ball spills free. Ferguson over the head to Thompson. Snaps at goal. And it's a mark, right?
Revolt's got a knee injury, I think.
Henschel, yep, he's got up very gingerly. Nick Revolt.
He looks in trouble, Nick Revolt.
So Henschel goes short, finds Rutten.
Adelaide goalless inside the last 90 seconds of this second quarter. Massey to Edwards. This is a chance. Perry on the lead.
Got Burton streaming towards goal. He's got to go for him. He hasn't.
He's gone for Welsh, but Baker saw it coming, and again, the St Kilda defence holds up. Clark has been very cool, and that was a clever little kick for Peckett.
That's it, thank you.
And inside the last minute, the Saints would be pretty happy just to hold Adelaide at bay, but they'd be even happier if they could rebound and do something at the other end. Clark. Now it's Blake. And the Saints might yet be a chance. Peckett pumping, but to nothing. All Adelaide. Henschel comfortably.
Kick into the middle. Taken by Burton. Little dish to McLeod. Can Adelaide pinch one? He goes to Big Torby, but it's all St.Kilda, and the mark's taken by Clark. Short to Jones. Hamill's just come on. Jones goes a little bit longer than that and finds Thompson. Look at the water spray up to Montagna. It's all Adelaide deep in defence. There's a free kick. There's the siren. And, oh gee, ball's going to be kicking from about 55 out.
I reckon he's going to go a torpedo quarters.
He's suggested to be on him. He'd go for the big torpy.
Big spiral torpedo, give it everything, hit or miss.
Mark's here, okay, don't go over.
Been a fantastic quarter by St Kilda. They've been able to kick 5 goals to nothing, no goals. Their midfield has just dominated in this term. Robert Harvey, Del Santo getting plenty of it, Peckett being good.
So loop ball from 55, he goes to drop punt. And misses everything, but what a quarter from the Saints. A 31-point turnaround. They trailed by 15 at the first break, at half-time of the qualifying final. So we start the third quarter. St Kilda in this qualifying final lead the Adelaide Crows by 16 points. Great start for Adelaide. First touch goes to Goodwin, kicks up and under.
Play on!
Tap forward by McGregor, that was clever to Burton. He can almost go all the way here, but a great smother. Sensational stuff from Aussie Jones. Burton has another crack, and it trickles over the line.
Just
so
running,
well played, Aussie Jones.
Yeah, ran a yard too far. Did Brett Burton needed to get the kick in. Smart play by McGregor to set him up, and just, I think he had a goal in his sights when he probably needed to put it to the top of the goal square and give Welsh a chance to go for a hanger.
Someone's got to kick some goals for them. McGregor can't kick a winning score off his own boot. They're a chance here, looking for their first goal for a long time. Perry came hard at Del Santo, who I think just saw him out of the corner of his eye. Well, this was to be the clash of the team of champions versus the champion team. The champion team burst from the blocks, but the team of champions is now in a stride. The match is on. Adelaide in attack. Crowd urging them on. Clark bringing it down. Skipworth, Shirley, nowhere to go. And St Kilda with numbers. Hayes, Thompson missed it. Gets it back. Turns it over. Edwards turns it over. It's tough out there. It's the Saints ball.
No advantage. Head on him, threw him off the football.
Played it well, did Aussie.
And he wastes no time. Harvey's all alone. They're not learning their lesson from the second quarter. He goes one out to Gehrig. Rutten well played. Got a fist on it. And great ground skills. Got it to Clark. Got it to Matner. Matner now goes to Perry and hits him on the chest. Lace out.
Simon Goodwin playing on Robert Harvey.
McGregor's made position here. It's a good kick by Perry. Wonderful kick. And well played McGregor. He worked hard to win position there. And he'll go back and surely kick his fourth.
And let's have a look at the Rutten spoil. And again, he's able to get the fist on Fraser Gehrig. Very few players in the AFL have got the strength to match the G train. Rutten is one. And as Quarters called that, that was a fantastic lead by Ken McGregor. He led up and then he wheeled around. He circled for about 40 metres, ended up in front of the goal square, able to take it on his chest, should be his fourth.
Crows have not kicked a goal in 40 minutes. They break that drought and McGregor gets his fourth and his team's fourth. Just the start the Crows wanted. And it was well played by Perry. Spotted McGregor. The kick was perfect. And McGregor used his body brilliantly. Thank goodness for the Big Mac tonight.
Oh, gee, they'd be in trouble without him, wouldn't they? And they needed to get him up forward. It was just so important that McGregor go forward. And you can see the St Kilda forward line. And the G train out away from the goal square, Rutten with him, and it's Revolt back in the goal square.
Extraordinary performance by Ken McGregor. He has his team within 10 points. He's their only goal kicker. And we're a couple of minutes into the second half of the match.
Play on.
Adelaide continue to win most of the knockdowns.
Thanks.
But there's no takeaway. So just 10 points in it. Ackland this time gets the first hand onto it. The Crows look to have it covered. Good tackle, Hayes on Burton. Thompson and Goodwin on his wrong side. So a throw in. Matthew Ferguson Gwilt there as well.
And you can see Ben Hart in picture, spare man in defence for the Crows, so they're still playing that negative style. Worked for them in the first quarter.
Ackland the tap to ball, squeezes the kick out. McLeod against Montagna. McLeod won out, nice handball to John Cock. Kicks the pass. McGregor's got it again. He wastes no time. He kicks to a 2-on-2 contest. Perry in front, can't mark. Back of the pack, quick kick by Voss. And boy, did he do it well. Relieves some pressure. It's the Saints by 10. Early stages, third quarter.
And there's Hart's opponent, Brent Guerra. And he'll find his opponent will just keep dropping back on him. So the Saints have to use Guerra.
Adelaide doing the attacking early in the third quarter. Here's Harvey, the star of the first half, and nothing wrong with that. Gains 35 metres, puts it 50-50. It's a tense night, young and old alike, absolutely riveted by this. Direct route to a preliminary final, and a home ground advantage therein is on the line. Ackland and Clark, bit of a shove from Clark, and it was spotted.
Two actions, push out, then hit it.
The rules in the ruck have changed, Matty Clark, from what they were 10 years ago when you were one of the Brisbane Bears, in fact, in the days when he started. He was one of their stars there, but can't get away with that now.
Gehrig on the end of it was easily jostled out. Revolt squeezing it, not quite getting a result. Goodwin hemmed in. Guerra likewise. And holding the ball is the call.
Let it go. Let it go. Got the free. Let it go.
Guerra, the man buried under the pack, and it's Shirley's ball for Adelaide.
Free kick count, by the way, is Adelaide 11, St Kilda 12. Guerra head over the football. Well played, Henschel. That was good stuff. Jones in front, being held by Skipworth. No, says the umpire.
Under Woodson. Rossi, no, let go, let go. No more. Just let go now, let go. Go work, Oz. Thanks.
On the matter of free kicks, the Saints have had more than any team in the comp this year. Adelaide have had the least.
Edwards a little handball to Goodwin. Ineffective kick. Ball underneath it. He's tackled by Clark.
My ball, let him up now.
And that ain't going nowhere.
Thank you.
Another bounce. Centre wing.
And there's Harvey. He looks pretty tired to me. Goodwin running with him.
He always looks like that.
Yeah, I know he does. He just might need to be given a spell, get him set for the last quarter.
Another free kick. It's going St Kilda's way. And fair enough. High contact.
Saints have Gwilt on the interchange line ready to come on. Also Powell, he can play in the midfield.
Ackland bombs it inside 50. Bassett's camped underneath it and takes a safe chest mark. Hart's peeled off.
Gee, Fraser Gehrig just the 2 touches for the night, no goals.
So is John Cock, and he's going to receive the kick. John Cock at half back. To Thompson.
Yeah, Baker done a very good job on Thompson tonight.
Had an inglorious second quarter. And short to Burton. Leads on by Perry. Time gave him some space, so they're working it nicely. Walsh provides the lead, and he's got it. Hit it well.
Scotty Welsh did it well. He ran hard to the goal square, then he cut back towards the player with the ball. It was a tactic and a strategy that no doubt they've worked on. And you can just see, there's Perry, marks the ball. And Scotty Welsh doubling back, shakes off his opponent in the end. Little Aussie Jones has to go with him. Well, he's got no hope.
Hamill off, Ferguson on and is going forward. So Welsh with the football. He's kicked a point. And he's scored 51 goals this season. He's 11th on the goal kicking table. So 2 points is the haul for Scott Welsh tonight.
Nine of the 10 goals have been kicked at that end. The flags are hanging quite limply. There's no indication that there would be an advantage at either end. And in fact, the first of the night is the only goal to have been kicked at the northern end of Amy Stadium. Ackland now steering it, but not with enough power. Ferguson, however, off hands, gives the ball. Oh, he has to get rid of it. He does in the nick of time. Milled in bravely. Good stuff. Hayes, support from Montagna, but there'll be no takeaway.
And just two passages of play there. Shirley dropped a sitter, and then you saw Mill desperation at ground level.
Harvey to Gwilt, throws it on the left. No one home for St Kilda. Hart's got plenty of time to steady here. And his kick to the wing is good as he finds Biggles, but he was spoilt well by Peckett, who's certainly played a valuable role tonight. Nice pick up by Gwilt to Peckett, to Hayes. He's got some space. Milne's got the lead, but he goes longer to Revolt. Milne will do the crumbing. Didn't fall his way. John Cock, well done under pressure. Headed towards the boundary line. It's still alive.
Great play, Milne.
Milne to Montagna. Got it back again. Inside 50. Shanks the kick. Gwilt bounces. And the Papua New Guinean kicks it into the goal square. And he's nailed the goal. His first in league football. And what a time to score it. Perseverance.
Yeah, and Stephen Milne. Who'd that remind you of, Tim? Wayne Harves at his best.
High praise indeed.
And the persistence of Stephen Milne to get to that ball, it was almost out of bounds. He threw himself at the footy. It was a la Wayne Harmes. Got the ball back into play and set up James Gwilt. He only played 3 games. Terrific composure to goal. And they're looking pretty good, the Saints.
He's made his debut last week against Brisbane. Grant Thomas talked very positively about his ability to adapt, to settle in, and he's been absolutely unfazed since coming on in the second quarter. Here's Harvey. Can't break free there. McLeod. Steal by Del Santo. This is dangerous for Adelaide. Revolt now on the impossible angle. And Gwilt can go back and line up his second goal.
Gwilt's come onto the field only a couple of minutes ago as a midfielder, and he is just not getting the respect that he deserves. Del Santo, beautiful intercept, but what about the mark of Nick Revolt?
For a 21-point lead. He's a left footer. And he curls it in beautifully. He has his second.
Harvey, Del Santo, Revolt, the old firm, and then the kid finishes it off. And James Gwilt definitely looks as if he belongs out there. 2 goals in 2 minutes.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you. Thanks, coach.
Biggest margin in the match. It's the Saints by 21 as we near the halfway mark of the third quarter. Edwards under pressure. Soccer off the ground towards McGregor. Ball gets back and goes out wide and finds Harvey for disposal number 22.
James Gwilt, his direct opponent is Ben Hart, who's 50 metres off him.
Peckett to Clark. Over to Fisher, who bangs it long. Bassett just dropped the chest mark. John Cox been busy. Well done to Bassett. Over to Edwards. And McGregor takes another mark.
Still their only goal kicker. And tonight, their lack of targets up forward might have finally caught up with the Crows. He goes for Welsh, who's come a long way from home and can't take the mark. Voss, a very good opponent for him. And the frustration is showing.
Just go, both of you. Just give us one chance.
And Brett Voss won't lose his cool, you can be sure of that. Biglands and Ackland. Del Santo covers it. And the talent of St Kilda's midfield is showing. Here's Gwilt again. Hart with him. Good battle this. Youth and experience. And they'll break about even. That's tough on Gwilt if he calls it. He's been pinged.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Very tough.
Thanks, Fish.
You know, when Gwilt came onto the ground, Ben Hart just zoned 50, 60 metres off him. He kicked a couple of goals, and it forced Hart to tighten up.
That was a good decision because he fell on the top of it, and that's the rule. You fall on top of it, you get pinged. Rutten, a long ball to the tip of the goal square. Front and centre was Perry. Stood up in the tackle. And it's Shirley. Well, they needed that one.
Well, the amazing thing about it is just the second goal kicker for the Adelaide Crows. McGregor's kicked 4. Nice spin by Perry to set Shirley up. Robert Harvey has only had 5 minutes rest in this game. And I just got a feeling that Grant Thomas is just going to work him until he drops, which may well mean that we don't see much of him in the last quarter. And that's fine because he's dominated the second quarter and had a big say in the third with his 7th disposal.
He hasn't dropped yet. He gives to Hayes, who pumps St Kilda into the 50. Rutten covers up for the Crows, and he has Burton wide. Adelaide back within 15 points. Close enough if good enough, but they're against a very talented opponent. Peckett, a good first half. Got Montagna there with him. St Kilda dominating the clearances in this quarter. Let's see what happens here. Ackland front position. Blake there as well. Both St Kilda's ruckman. Shirley soccers it away from McGregor. 2 against him. Flicks it out the back to nobody. Adelaide working hard. Edwards cleverly to Goodwin. He can kick this, and he misses.
Well, they went up in their thousands and aiming. They thought it was home. Just missed to the left.
And that is Robert Harvey's opponent, Goodwin.
Off short to Jones. And turn goes short to Fisher. Powell.
Hold there. Fine there, Andy, fine there. You can come in board if you want.
So the Saints maintain possession as he goes back to Fisher. To Jones. He's got Hayes loose in the middle. He comes down to receive.
Well, they're just denying the Crows the ball. Got a handy lead and will not let the Crows touch it.
Nice kick by Jones to Voss. who doesn't take a backward step, plays on. Great little handball to Ball, who goes the longer option to Revolt. Great spoil, Harvey.
No play opportunity.
45 out from the St Kilda goal. Henschel was the spoiler, beautifully done.
Henschel and Rutten have spoilt well. Just got the fist around the body.
Bigland's bringing it down, then trying to rove it. Andrew Thompson. Edwards.
Play on, 15, play on.
Harvey again. Dominant figure in this match. Does it beautifully to Powell, a left footer. Went the talk, miscued it awfully. Gee, Scott Thompson.
Coaches don't like that.
And now Goodwin.
Well, they could have held it up, couldn't he? It was a lost opportunity there for the Saints. Goodwin at half-back. The sense he's lifting. To Thompson. This is his 12th touch coming up now. Edwards leads the way for Adelaide with 17. Harvey's got 25 for St Kilda. To half forward go the Crows. Edwards is there, he can't grab it. Oh, Jones. Fired out the handball. And as far as Perry. Voss is there for St Kilda to stem the flow. So a fascinating part of the match now. Saints trying to keep possession. Adelaide pressing.
Brilliant kick.
It was a beauty to Blake.
And the crowd are not happy.
I told you to let him go.
50-metre penalty
I'm not
against
worried
Ben
about that.
Hart.
What I'm worried about is I gave you a second. I said let him go. Still wouldn't let him go. Still wouldn't let him go.
And it brings Jason Blake to within scoring range. The man on the mark is inside 45.
I gave you a second.
Michael Vozzo doesn't mind a bit of a debate out there. He's winning the argument with Ben Hart. And Jason Blake now to adjudicate comprehensively in the last 6 minutes of the third quarter. He's kicked just one goal this season. That's his second, and it is huge.
No doubt it's 50.
Absolutely, yep. Correct call.
A rare lapse from the defender's defender, Ben Hart. It just inched home.
A big 50-metre penalty given by the umpire. Was he right? Yes, he was.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the Crows have got Andrew McLeod playing in the forward line. They just cannot find a goal kicker. They've only had 2 goal kickers for the game.
Both collapsed on mine. Thank you. Thank you.
And there's McLeod in picture. And he'll find it hard to get a kick with Steve Baker opposing him.
Del Santo can't get boot to ball. Hart, kick smothered by Gwilt. Hamill's in there, bang! He and Bassett go at it. Great stuff from both men. Gwilt got caught high, umpire let it go. Bodies flying everywhere. How about this? Great football from both teams. Doughty puts it back to McGregor in front. Spoiled by Fisher. Harvey gets knocked out of the contest by Goodwin. Good use of the body. Van Berlo cocked it up to Powell. To Thompson. Knocked down by Mattner. Play on again, says the umpire. Sensational pick up by Del Santo. To Baker, out wide to the G train. He waits for it to bounce, he went without it. Rutten, strength. Got it over to Burton, who heads for the boundary line. Wasn't intentional. Umpire says throw it in. Great passage of play.
Oh, what about the hits, the intensity, the physical intensity of this game. Players absolutely throwing themselves at the football. And they earn their money. Big hits all round.
Nathan Bassett got the better of Aaron Hamill, which takes some doing. But the Saints are giving as good as they are getting. The ante has just gone up a notch or two, and Hamill comes flying back ferociously. Hayes squeezes it out. Powell works it forward, and Revolt is on the end of it. He couldn't quite hang on. He tried for his life. John Cock comes away McGregor and Fisher. And Fisher did well for the Saints.
See, that could have been potentially a big moment in the match, couldn't it? If
Did he hold it? Let's have a look. He's got it. It slips.
Nope.
Correct decision. Stevie Milne back on and Stephen Powell off. It's interesting that Harvey hasn't been given a breather.
Blake against Biglands. There's Harvey. Goodwin. Harvey harasses. Was that intentional? Umpire says toss it in once again.
It's interesting with Robert Harvey. He's been nursed over the last month by his coach. He's spent plenty of time on the interchange bench. More than 25% of each game he spends on the bench. Tonight, he's gone 97% of the journey thus far.
That's a free kick going Biglands' way. He's off. He's played on. Hamill was away to it. Blake wins it back for St Kilda. Over to Milne. To Gwilt. He's wrapped up by Bassett. Managed to get the handball to Blake. To Del Santo. Left, right. In the end, dishes off the handball to Hamill. Onto the left, out into space. Milne can run onto it here and create. Blake's run into space. He needs to kind bounce. Gets it. Now he loads up. The two big guns are there. Gehrig and Revolt. But Trent Henschel beat them both. Well played.
Did it beautifully. Lovely clean hands. Now Burton, who hasn't been able to have much of an impact. And he's forced wide here. Goodwin and Harvey is still going. 34 years of age, playing game number 316, and he's been the star of the night.
Tim Gehrig's coming off.
Bit of a shove. Fraser Gehrig off. That doesn't surprise me. Hasn't gone at the ball at 100% flat out tonight. He's been holding back. I wouldn't be surprised if he's carrying a groin injury.
Del Santo and Hayes gain the Saints 60 metres. Bassett works it back 10. Beautifully done, John Cock. Taking Revolt out of the contest and then delivering superbly. Play on is the call. It must have been touched. And Goodwin's flummoxed. And now he's flattened.
It was touched down there. It's a ball up. He didn't see it. He didn't know. It was touched off the boot. Simon, benefit of the doubt, I ball it up here.
We heard the call through the mic. He either didn't or was acting dumb. I suspect the former. Matner is the sole crow in there, surrounded by Saints.
This quarter, Tim, clearances 14-3 in favour of St Kilda, 0 for Mark Masciuto. What the Crows have to start thinking about is taking the ball, playing with some risks. They are 4 goals behind in a low-scoring game, and they're hugging the boundary line. The Crows not helping their cause.
Harvey knocked off the ball. Now here's a break for Adelaide. Burton looks for Van Berlo. Again, Saints get the numbers back. Raph Clark around the corner. It's a good one. It's marked by Ferguson, who had a horror start to the match. He's fought his way back. Gwilt.
Good signs for St Kilda when you've got a couple of kids playing well, Ferguson and Gwilt in particular.
Gwilt's had 7 touches for the quarter and has kicked 2 goals.
The umpire has told the St Kilda runner,
Jason Cripps,
to get off the ground.
In no uncertain terms, by the way, as he has every right to do.
And Cripps going for his life, coming across the wings.
Who says there's no order off rule?
He's going quicker than when he used to play.
So the Saints press in the last 95 seconds. Crows can't afford to concede a goal here, and they won't. Clark, string of hand passes to Edwards. Now Matner wants to get onto his left. Burton, can they build something? They might. Perry, it's an open 50. He needs to get it on quickly.
Gee, they go wide.
Now Doughty, who hasn't had a lot of match time. Great chance here for the Crows. A minute from 3/4 time. They don't just need the score, they need the fillip. Now Burton, he loads up and kicks badly. And really that was undisciplined play. He indulged himself in the moment rather than doing the best thing for the team.
Twice he's done that in this quarter. Burton just thought about kicking a goal for himself when he was outside 50 instead of doing the team thing and setting it up on top of the square for his teammates.
Kick had to be good, it was. Harvey's been told to go. Burton's had 10 touches for the quarter for the Crows. St Kilda maintained possession.
Harvey 26 disposals.
Harvey another 9 this 3rd term as Blake takes the sliding mark. Now the Saints are in front by 20. Remembering last night, Sydney led West Coast by 14 and got rolled. Break short to Milne. And that's going to be the three-quarter time score. St Kilda in the qualifying final will lead the Adelaide Crows by 20 points.
And Neil Craig, he has to get out there and start.
Adelaide by 20 points. Crows need something from Scott Welsh, goalless. They still have just 2 goal kickers. And Shirley gives them the first takeaway. Edwards is at the drop of it. Didn't try and mark, brought it down for John Cock. This is a good move. Good centering ball. Riley had front posse. Edwards follows up. Goodwin on his preferred side. Gives the Crows a flying start.
Just the pace of John Cock, able to break away from Baker, squared the ball perfectly to a dangerous spot. Tyson Edwards, quick hands, Goodwin, Robert Harvey's opponent, able to play back a little bit, and boy, does he need to, because Harvey has killed him in this game so far.
Could not have wished for a better start, the Adelaide Crows. Goodwin in the opening 30 seconds nails the goal.
And there's the St Kilda hard man, Aaron Hamill, just 4 disposals himself. More importantly, 7 bone-crunching tackles.
Beautiful tap by Clark to Goodwin again. Goes to half forward. John Cock trying to light his team. Couldn't take the mark. Fisher did well to Harvey. How much gas is left in his tank? That's the big question. Ball fed it out back to Harvey. Handball smothered by Goodwin. Brilliantly done. Clark lost his footing. Socket off the ground by Ackland. Guerra has another crack at it, unsuccessfully. Ball held up. Saints half-forward line will have a bounce.
Desperate, desperate, desperate football. Finals football, great football. Steve Baker's been moved on to John Cock. Already he looks dangerous up forward for the Crows.
Right, only a minute in. It feels as though we're almost halfway there. Clark, a big knock. Adelaide have been winning the takeaways at the start of this quarter, and they prevail again. Goodwin to Matner. Long probing ball for Welsh.
2 plays there. Goodwin again, who kicked the first goal of this quarter, featured in that, got the handball to Matner. Matner backed himself. There's the handball. Matner kicks long, low kicks, the sort of ball that a forward loves. And Welsh just in the box seat there. All he had to do was just a little bit of jostle on his opponent, let the ball come onto his chest. But would you back him with bad money quarters?
No, he's due for a goal.
Scott Welsh for his first of the night. And he cuts it to 8 points. These games can transform quickly, and that is what is happening right now.
Well, in the space of 2 minutes, they've doubled their goal kickers at three-quarter time. Just the 2 goal kickers, McGregor with 4, Shirley with 1. And all of a sudden, we've got a goal from Welsh and a goal from Goodwin.
Goodwin's been dominant with the clearances.
Amy Stadium is going crazy. Simon Goodwin in the middle, the architect, playing like a man possessed. 4 already in this quarter for Simon Goodwin. Ackland the tap, here he is again. Head over the ball. Disposal number 5 for Goodwin in this turn. Hart squeezes the kick out. Ackland stripped of the football. Dowdy kicks the ball to 50. Perry in front, can't mark. McGregor's also in there. Baker has it pinned to his chest to bounce. 8-point ball game. Oh, the pressure's on. High stakes. Clark, Ackland, Thompson. Edwards at the bottom of the pack. A bounce, 50 out.
Robert Wall's getting a lump in his throat and a tear in his eye watching old Doc Clark do the ruck work for Adelaide in these desperate moments in the last quarter. Del Santo clears for the Saints. Here comes Hamill, like a runaway train. Off the rails, over the line, throw in. Brett Burton's the one we can't see there. We saw him just forget himself in the moments before three-quarter time. I wonder if he's paying the penalty for that. Clark and Ackland to do the ruck work. Just 8 points in it now, and Clark, the old master, wins beautifully to Shirley. Takes the long way. Massey supports him. Now Matner, who's been good in these early minutes. Hart swings it long. 2 on 2. McGregor weighted down. Edwards there as well. Aussie Jones beats them both. Here's Ackland. Has to get a long way down. Thompson tagging on. Throw in.
He was going for a touchdown. Andrew Thompson.
Have a look at the crowd.
The crowd's gone berserk. Look where he's gone. He's gone for the line. He had to have gone for the line. And Riley's ridden him into the fence. They're dominating the clearances in this fourth quarter, the Crows.
Clark smashes it forward. Edwards got it to Matner. Swings onto the left, squares it up into the hot spot. Perry!
And the old Clark, Tim, come to the fore with that hit. He's the best tap ruckman of the last decade. Not a good mark, but can he tap?
Well, incredibly, if Perry nails this, it is a 2-point ball game, and the Saints only a few minutes ago led by 20.
Matner and Goodwin, between them, have had more possessions than the entire St Kilda side so far in this quarter.
Perry from 45 has missed.
Grant Thomas has to start to think about putting a tight tag on Simon Goodwin, because I just get the feeling that Rob Harvey has probably spent most of what he's got. Maybe Peckett, who's on the bench, comes on and just sits on Goodwin for the next 8 minutes.
This game has become very much an endurance test. That may tell on St Kilda here. They've thrown a lot at it through the second and third quarters. Sam Fisher has the footy. Goes for Hamill. Bassett, good spoil, good clean spoil. Saints hold up. Hayes bangs it. They have 2 on 1 here. Del Santo works it on. Ackland sold the dummy nicely. And they're a chance. Powell poking it to Harvey. Dabbing it and doing it well to Gehrig. Not paid. And Rutten prevails in another contest. Scott Thompson, well tackled. Oh, did well to find the line and did it very surreptitiously. Rutten just prizing it away. Has the great defender's knack of doing that.
Fraser Gehrig has just had 2 disposals. Hamill's had 5. So the key forwards have had very quiet nights, except for Revolt, who's playing deep at full forward and has been for the last half.
Hayes thumps it forward to Bassett. Looks for McGregor. Fisher the spoiler, headed for the boundary line. Del Santo will ride it over. 7 points the difference.
Baker is playing on John Cock. Maybe Baker has to go on to Goodman. They've got to take a risk there. Have a look at the clearances this quarter. Domination. And of those 7 clearances, 4 to Simon Goodwin.
Ackland worked his way to the front. Here's Goodwin again. Socket off the ground. Bravely diving on it was Hayes. Here's a chance for Shirley. Kick slews off the side of the boot. Quilt camped underneath it. Well done. And the kick is advantageous. Went to Hayes, just couldn't quite get there. Clark did well. Tapped it back to McGregor. Goes short.
Matthew Clark's reflex fly of the left leg to stop the ball getting through, Tim. How good was that?
Who taught him that?
Here it is. The big fella just put out the left boot. All he needed to do was stop it from getting behind him, which is what he did, and it's given his team a chance.
He learnt that well at the Brisbane Bears in the early 90s.
Now, Graham John Cock, if he can nail this goal, it's a point the difference. He's kicked 5 goals this season. He's only played the dozen games.
John Cock going forward. Clark stops the ball from getting out into space to the Saints. And John Cock with 2 goals has given his team an enormous lift.
Now, they've changed ruckman here, and Blake is not in the middle.
Peggott and Guerra on the bench. St Kilda changing their ruckman at the last minute before the bounce. The light wasn't flashing, so umpire Ryan waited and the Saints were able to do it. Blake in against Clark. Edwards had the chance, lost it. Del Santo did too, and gets a free kick.
Bring it back, straight into his back.
The margin of point. Shades of the 1997 preliminary final when Adelaide stormed over Footscray in the last quarter. Del Santo takes it wide to the running Fisher from 55. Revolt from behind. Fine hands. Great confidence by Henschel. Wonderful composure. And Andrew McLeod mown down but gets his kick and follows it up to help Edwards, but young Gwilt arrives. Tremendous stuff. Revolt with Gehrig applying the shepherd. Good centre from the blonde bombshell. Hamill, Bassett the spoil. Del Santo hooking it. And Henschel is there again.
He goes short to Rutten.
Just struggling to get it out of their defensive 50, the Crows.
No one on the mark, so he's off. Now kicks to the wing. Perry in front of Clark to stop.
Yeah, super effort, got in front, kept his body in line. They've got numbers inboard, the Crows.
They have, and one of them is Edwards, and they got runners out wide. There's 3 of them. They can raffle it. Here they come. McLeod, he can almost go all the way to champion. He has a bounce. He runs to 50. He loads up. Missile. Scores level at Amy Stadium.
McLeod playing back pocket, John Cock playing half forward flank. Good moves.
Saints waste no time. Their defence beleaguered. Fisher. It's almost all defence for the Saints. To a contest. And, well, it was a no contest.
Gee, if ever you had a crowd behind you, the Crows have got it here.
48,768. At three-quarter time, Neil Craig made a telling move. He spoke to John Cock, he spoke to McLeod, switched them. McLeod running off half-back, almost kicking a goal a moment ago. John Cock has kicked one up forward and has been involved in others. And here he goes again.
And again, the tap ruck work of Matthew Clark.
Like the tap, and as far as Clark to Edwards, coughed it up. Clark was there. Thompson to the tip of the goal square. Welsh from behind, couldn't hang on to it. Tries to play a bit of tunnel ball. He's wrapped up. Umpire will penalise him.
They're just about over the fence, the supporters in. I've never seen anything like it.
Kick to Del Santo, still in the back pocket area.
Look at the crowd. Record finals crowd here at Amy Stadium.
Almost 49,000. As the Saints have possessions, we near the halfway mark of the last quarter. Have they spent all their petrol tickets, St Kilda? And they're pretty expensive ones these days.
Good ball from Gwilt. Raph Clark. Jones running for him, running into space. Here's a chance for the Saints. Didn't realise how much pressure he was under. Gets himself out of bother. Goes for Blake. Needed to hold that. Still a chance. Montagna. Ball. Luke Ball's ball.
3 big seats in the goal square. Gehrig, Revolt, Ackland.
Revolt started to go. Edges back towards the square. Now Gwilt with that thumping left foot. Lets it go to the very line. Rutten knocking it. They want the line. They don't get it. Goodwin. Now Henschel. Harvey's got him. Revolt. Well done. Danger still for Adelaide. Matner. Goodwin. And they hold up. amidst the tempest.
Noise is deafening here at Amy Stadium. The ball's on the wing, in dispute. Blake plays a bit of tunnel ball only as far as John Cock. Whistle.
If we get a shot, it's going to show Rutten spoil at ground level. He has been sensational, Ben Rutten, with his spoiling, and this was a desperate one at ground level.
John Cock to Biglands, who's just come on to replace Clark. Past the halfway mark of the last quarter. Biglands pumps it long. McGregor's had a great night. Welsh flies from the side. Del Santo caught one high. We'll have a bounce 50 out from the Crows' goal.
And let's have a look at this spoil at ground level. He just will not let anything get past him, Ben Rutten. Fraser Kerrick just 3 touches for the night.
Hot football this. John Cock again into the jaws of death. Andrew Thompson, but straight to Shirley. That'll fall for the Saints. And it just covered 15. Ball. In the last 9 minutes. Perfect kick to Jones. Saints desperate for a score. They have not added to their 3/4 time tally.
Saints have moved Revolt to centre-half forward. They've got him outside the 50. Ackland sitting in the goal square.
Ball couldn't handle it. Fights on.
He's been hit with everything from the kitchen sink tonight, Luke Ball.
Didn't drag it in. There'll be a ball up.
Yeah, Robert Shirley done a terrific job. And there's Robert Harvey. Simon Goodwin swung back towards Goodwin's favourite in this last quarter.
Ball again towards Hamill. And we'll have a throw in. So under 8 minutes left. 57 points apiece. The winner, the week's rest, and they'll need it after this.
What do we do if it's a draw at half-time?
We have extra time, 5 minutes each way at full time, Rob. They have a 6-minute break and then 5 minutes each way. And they keep on going until we have a winner. Goodwin at half back to Hart. A couple of the veterans combined. The ball's touched off the boot. McGregor didn't mark it anyway. John Cock, what a last quarter he's had to Thompson. Skipworth wobbles one inside 50. And just reading it slightly better was Clark.
This would be a worry for Grant Thomas. Raph Clark playing on the bigger, stronger Perry.
A very good second quarter. Jones, Thompson. Saints hold on. Scores still level. Perhaps Luke Ball, the man they might look to now to transform them in midfield. Harvey's done all he can and must be fatigued. Revolt at the end of this. There are 2 against him. And there are Crows at ground level. Edwards cleverly finding the ball with his foot. Milne taking it over, and then was thrown. Yes, thrown late. Against Scott Thompson. 5 free kicks he's given away, and that's the 3rd one that was particularly intemperate.
Milne, a tired kick, looks for Revolt, who wrestles with Henschel. Adelaide all of a sudden have numbers over the ball. Doughty's handball wasn't snaffled by Hart. He has plenty of time to recover. Now to the run of McLeod, who looks full of beans. Into the middle, McGregor can't take the juggler. Nice pick-up by Matner. Handball was ambitious. Gwilt the little soccer. Fisher's there, spun out of trouble. Little short kicks, not 15. In there is Ball. There was Montagna. Got it to Ball. Clever to half forward to Hamill. Hamill handballs back to Fisher again out wide. Milne picked up by Hart. Beautifully read Del Santo. Got it to Milne. Back to Del Santo. Into the pocket. Harvey.
Oh, what a contest these two are having. Robert Harvey's 3rd disposal for the 4th quarter. Goodwin's had 8. Goodwin's had 4 breaks from clearances. And just good play by a couple of young Saints there. Ball with the clever kick. Del Santo wasn't rushed into blazing away. Put it to the advantage of the veteran.
Robert Harvey, 28 disposals. He's kicked 2 goals. He's done it all tonight. Any score will put them in front. It's a 6-pointer.
spoil, the Saints have the crummers. And they had the right man on the end of it.
We're looking at Fraser Gehrig, and Gehrig is playing not at full forward, but at full back.
The Saints aren't done with. Again they lead. They've not surrendered the lead yet in this last quarter, and again it's Luke Ball for Blake. And Revolt and Harvey, a little dubious on the disposal, but it stood the umpire's test, and now Gwilt, long and wide, and the Saints lead is 7 points.
Handy point, that one, Tim.
He's a handy player.
Two amazing qualifying finals. Both nail-biters. Beautiful kick by McLeod into the middle. Henschel, 5 to go to Goodwin, who puts everything into that kick. McGregor against the G-train. Gehrig fists, ball spills, Gwilt soccers. Doughty's got some space here. Great little shepherd off the ball by Matner. Allows Doughty to kick to half-forward. Baker. Oh, that's a big fist.
What a terrific team player Stephen Baker has become.
It's going to be a short quarter in terms of elapsed minutes. We're into the last 5.
That's what we said last night. It went about 100 minutes.
Gee, James Gwilt's been good.
Hasn't he? They have found a good one here. The recruit from Noble Park, born of a Papua New Guinean mother. High tackle on Hayes, no free kick. Gwilt's there to hold things up again for Thompson. Henschel.
Robert Harvey has been moved into the forward line. McLeod playing on Harvey. Andrew Thompson has picked up Simon Goodwin.
The Crows have to score twice if they're to win this match, even via extra time. Perry, oh, that's a good man. The 50 is open. He hopes for McGregor against Gehrig. Gehrig just uses the body to form a block, and Hayes is there to make the most of it. Rutten and Revolt. Crows with the numbers around Revolt, who prizes it away, gives Hamill a chance. Well done, McLeod, with a touch of genius. Now Rutten needs clean hands, and he has them. Matner, forced the long way round, works his way clear. Does well, finds Riley.
We start thinking about the corridor, the Crows.
There was a big stop there by the Crows' defence. They're still alive. Kick into the middle, it was a poor one. Del Santo swoops. Clever handball to Thompson. Gives it off to Montagna. He's wrapped up by Bassett. The ball's released. Thompson's in there. Riley comes in. Umpire will have to bounce. 23 minutes have expired. It's the Saints in front by 7. Crows need at least 2 scores, if not to win, to force it into extra time. Oh, high on the ball, but the umpire said that's fine. As Edwards and Montagna have a chat. 23 and a half gone. This is how long the quarters have gone. So still a bit of time left, you suspect, for the Crows. Clark the tap. Del Santo snares it. Kicks long and wide. Revolt's got the sit. Couldn't control it. Milne can, slipped over, got it to Revolt, and he wants the boundary line.
Neil Craig, no extra men in defence now. He realises he's just got to go all-out attack. Made a couple of good moves at 3/4 time. Andrew McLeod's had his best quarter, playing as a back pocket, getting off his opponent, making the play, running through the midfield.
One thing's for certain at this moment, if St Kilda kick a goal, it's over. Goodwin bangs it back. Wilt low down, it's not paid. There'll be a ball up.
Hit the ground.
But time is ebbing away. And time at the moment, very much Adelaide's enemy. Clark beaten for once. And the Saints have numbers around the ball. They are running the clock down. They are in the box seat. It's going to be tough for Adelaide from here in difficult conditions.
Gee, St Kilda have got an extra in their forward line.
Well done, Mapner. Works it clear for Hart. Good clean hands, good tackle by Ball. Hart keeps coming. Wilt with him. John Cock there as well. Now Jones. Thompson. They all overrun it, and Montagne's able to seize upon it. Jones, Fisher, and the Saints hold up.
Harvey's got it, he can go here, Robert Harvey. He's got a couple of options. Revolt's one of them.
Smart.
And that is the result the Saints wanted. Revolt will run down the clock and try.
Cannot be much time.
Well, if he can't kick a goal, he'll just try and eat the clock down. I reckon he's just within range, Rob. What do you think?
He's got to have a go for it. Now they've blown time off.
So that little strategy is not going to work.
No, that won't work. Just settles him down, though.
So Nick Revolt, how much energy has he got left? He'll be kicking from about 51 metres out. The Saints lead by 7. Drop punt on its way. It's a point. The Crows have a chance.
Not a bad result for Adelaide. They have clean possession, but they have to do absolutely everything right. McLeod runs a long way. Kicks virtually to the centre. Important ball here, and St Kilda win it. Blake to Gwilt to Hayes, and it might well be St Kilda's game.
Keep possession, slow it down.
Confident young man Nick Del Santo always has his wits about him, and he knows exactly what the business is here. And the business is to hold the football, see it through to time, and have a week off before a preliminary final.
This is good thinking.
Must man up the Crows. Ball's marked on centre wing. It's the Saints by 8. What a game of football. Long kick. Massey to Edwards. Stood up in the tackle. Couldn't find Dougherty. It's over.